I'm back again and I'm so happy to be here. So in today's video we're gonna be covering this part right here, this part of this interface. So we have this text with these two containers at the left and the right side of this text, and also these three images right here, and at the very bottom of this interface we have this text saying "Now remember, register now." So let's jump to the code. Okay, the very first thing that we're gonna need here is some space. Let's say size box height, let's give it 40, and here we're gonna need a row because as you see these widgets are displayed horizontally. So let's say row, give it children, and here the first widget will be a container. Let's give it some height. The height will be maybe 2. Width, let's make it dynamic. Okay, after that we're gonna need some decoration, but as you see the color starts first with a transparent one and finishes with some gray color, and the way we're gonna do that is by using gradients. So let's say linear gradient. Okay, and the colors will be lists. So the first one will be colors transparent, and the second one will be a gray one, a gray color. So let's save and see. Okay, very good. So the other thing that we're gonna do will be actually to display now the text that we need. So is this one, or continue with. Let's copy it, then come up to here and paste it just there. Let's save and see. Okay, it's good. After that we don't want to copy paste this code on our interface, so the way we're gonna fix the issue is just to create here a custom container, and this custom container will return these widgets right here. So let's paste it and then pass here the build context variable. Okay, very good. Let's save. So after that we're gonna need these widgets in our interface now. Let's paste it there, and also here. Let's save and see. Okay, it's good. So now we're gonna need to display these three widgets at the center of our screen, just like here. Okay, so it's pretty simple. Let's say main axis elements, center. Let's save. Okay, boom, everything works. After that we're gonna need some space between these three widgets, and the way we're gonna achieve that is just by wrapping this text widget by padding. Let's say symmetric, and horizontally it's gonna be maybe 10. Let's try. Yeah, it's okay. So as you see here everything works, but now we're gonna need to change the way these two containers are displayed actually, because this one we want it to stay like this, but the second one we want it to start first with the gray color, and at the finish, at the end, we want it to be now transparent. So the way we're gonna achieve that is just by passing here a variable, a boolean variable that we can call reversed, and by default it's gonna be false. Okay, let's redo it. Okay, it's gonna be bool reversed. By default it's gonna be false. Okay, so now let's make a text right here. Reversed. If it's reversed, we're gonna make the opposite of this one. Let's copy it, paste it right there, and just make the opposite. It starts first with the gray color and finishes with the transparent. After that, now here we can say reversed, let's say true. So we can save and see, and everything works. Now here it starts with transparent and finishes with gray color, but here it starts with gray color and finishes with transparent. We are okay with that. Okay, now let's create this patch right here. As you see, we're gonna need a row with a container. The container will have an image and some border. So let's do it. Okay, first let's add some space here. Let's give it a height of maybe 20, and now we have our row. Here the children. The first item will be a container. So this container, let's give it some decoration. Box decoration, border all. Let's give it a width of maybe 2. The color will be white. Okay, we're good. Let's now give it an image. The way we're gonna do that is by saying child. This child will be an image dot assets, and here as the image is coming from the assets, let's write assets images. Let's see how the image is written. Let's start with this one, the google.png image. Let's paste it there and see. Okay, let's now decrease the size of this image. Let's say height maybe 25, width as well. Okay, we're good. So now we're gonna need some padding all around this image. It's pretty much simple. Let's say symmetric, horizontally it's gonna be, let's say 20, vertical let's give it 10. Yeah, it's good. But here we need some border radius. So for the border radius, let's just write border radius here in the decoration of the container. Don't forget, let's say it's gonna be circular. Let's give it 10 and see. Okay, that's it. So now we're gonna need to create some custom image container somewhere so we can call it every time we need, because we're gonna call it 3 times here. So all we have to do for that is by creating a custom image item. This is the way we call it. Make sure, so feel free to call it as you want, but for this tutorial we're gonna call it just like this, custom image item. And then let's copy paste this code. Oops. And return it just here. Okay, now all we need to do, we can just copy this code, paste it right here, and see the results. Let's save. Okay, nothing changed. That means everything works. So let's just copy paste this code 3 times and see. Yeah, we're good. So we want these 3 icons, these 3 images to be displayed at the center. The way we're going to do that is by just writing here and say main axis alignment center. Let's save and see. Okay, that's great. Now let's add some padding to this one, because we want to have some sort of space between those 3 widgets. Let's say symmetric, horizontal, let's give it 10, and the child now will be our I item. Let's save and see. Yeah, it's okay, but maybe 10 is so small. let's say 25. Yeah, like that. So now we're gonna need to change this image right here, because as you see, the first one is for Google, the second is Apple, and the third one is Facebook. So it's pretty much simple. Also, we're gonna change that by just passing here in the parameter some variable, and we're gonna make it required. It's gonna be a string. Let's call it image path. Okay, so here, as it's required, we're gonna need to pass it everywhere. So the first one is for Google, let's put it there, and then here let's say image path. Yeah, the second one will be images assets images. The Apple one is this. Let me just copy paste this name and put it right there. Then the last one will be, let's say, image path. Okay, we can just copy paste the name of the icon and say okay, yeah, everything works. We save the code and everything works. It's good. Okay guys, before going any further, let's increase this height by 40. Okay, like that. And also let's copy paste this space, this sized box, so we can have some space there. Let's save. Okay, it's good. So now we're gonna need to display this text right here, and for this tutorial we want only this space to be scrollable whenever the screen of the user is so small, but this one will stay fixed here at the bottom of the screen. So the way we're gonna achieve that is by wrapping first the entire column inside a single child scroll view. So let's say here single child scroll view. Okay, we're good. And after that we're gonna need a column because it's gonna be 2 items. So the first one, that means we have inside our column we're gonna have this first item, and the second one will be this one. So this is the reason why here we're gonna need a column wrapping this single child scroll view. So this will be the first item, and the second one will be now our text. And as you see here, these texts are, here we have 2 texts actually. The first is not a member, and the first one is register now. So for that we're gonna need a row. So let's wrap it by row and say not a member. The second text will be register now. Let's save and see. Yeah, it's good. But now we're gonna need some space between these 2 widgets actually, and the way we're gonna do that is just by wrapping this single child scroll view inside an expanded widgets, so it can take up all the rest of the space on the screen. Let's make it expanded. Let's save and see. Yeah, it's okay. Now for this row, let's add first some space between these 2 widgets. Let's say width gonna be 10. Let's save and see. Yeah, it's good. But for this we're gonna need some style. Text style, let's say font size, let's say font, let's change the color. It's gonna be blue. Let's say blue. oh sorry, blue, yeah, like that. And also here we need these two texts to be at the center of the screen, so let's say main centered. Yeah, it's okay, we're good. Okay guys, as you know, this is not the first interface of our UI. We want the user to see first this interface, this one. So when he clicks on this sign in button, he can be now redirected to this interface, which is the login page. And the way we're gonna do that is pretty much simple. So all we have to do is to go back to our main.dat file, and here let's change and write landing page. Okay, now we are back to our landing page, and here let's maybe change some stuff like this title here. And the way we're going to change that is just by passing here the title. It's sign in. Let's save. Okay, sign in. So now we're going to need some gesture detector on our containers. The way we're going to do that is just by wrapping here center and say gesture detector. On this one we have an on tap function, and here let's pass it in the parameters what callback. It's going to be called on tap. Let's say on tap, and after that all we have to do now is to say here on tap. Okay, and right here we're gonna write a navigator, so that when the user clicks on this sign in button, it will be sent to the login page. So let's say navigator of context push material page root, and there let's write actually our login page. Let's save. Now we can save and see. Okay, I'm gonna come here and click. Yeah, it's okay. Okay guys, thanks for watching. We are now at the very end of our tutorial series, and I'm gonna put the links of the other videos in the description box below. Please go check for those videos also, and hopefully you're gonna love them. So don't forget to hit the like button if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you're not gonna miss other videos like these. Peace.